Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you one of the easiest ways I know possible to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube if you're just a beginner or if you're starting out to solve the Rubik's Cube. So, let's get started. Before you start the adventure of solving the Rubik's Cube, you will need to learn the basics of algorithms. Algorithms for a Rubik's Cube tell you what exactly you need to do for certain circumstances to get the desired outcome you want. So, if you wanted to turn around the cube and get a certain case, you would want to do a certain algorithm. And the algorithms themselves are represented with letters. For example, if you wanted to turn the right side of the cube 90 degrees, it would be represented with the letter R. So, 90 degrees, R. And if you wanted to turn the right side of the cube 90 degrees counterclockwise, it would be represented with R, but with an apostrophe next to it. The other sides of the cube are also represented with letters. For example, if I wanted to turn the upper side of the cube 90 degrees, it would be represented with U. And if I wanted to turn the upper side of the cube counterclockwise, it would be U with an apostrophe. Same for all the sides. So it would be L, L with apostrophe, D for down, D with an apostrophe. And the front side is the letter F, and then B, and then B with an apostrophe for going back. So these are all the possible algorithms that you'll need in order to solve this cube. Although it may seem a little bit complicated to start out with, once you get the hang of it, it'll be a lot easier. So now, let's get to the tutorial. So, we are going to be starting out by trying to solve the white cross. This is what you want the cube to look like after you've finished solving the white cross. It has all the pairs connected. In order to do this, I will show you each phase that you might get, and I will show you what you need to do in order to get to this exact spot. Okay, so when you're looking at your cube, you need to find all of the white pieces. So I found one here, one here, one here, and one here. And we want to bring it over so that it's matched up with this white side and is also having their edge piece matching up with these center pieces on the side. So what we want to do is get something like this, where we have these colors correctly put in the right spot and these colors correctly put in the right spot. In order to do this, you will have to bring it over to the right side that it needs to be on. If you just try to bring the piece up, most of the time it will not work because the colors are not matched up. What you need to do in order to get this in the right spot is you need to bring the white edge that you want to be paired with the side all the way to the bottom, and then bring it to the correlating color side. So this is a white and orange piece, so we're going to bring it over to the orange side. So let's bring it over there. And now we have it flush with this. So in order to get it up here, all we have to do is turn the right side 2 times. And now all of these are in their correct position. Another case you might get is where you have a white piece, one of these white edge pieces facing towards you, and you have one of these other colors facing in one of these 4 positions. This position, or this position on the cube. So simply, if you have it in one of these 4 positions where the white piece is facing towards you, what you want to do is bring it down so it's to the bottom. So let's say you have it all the way up here. You want to bring it all the way to the down, and now it's on the bottom, and then you will bring it to the correlating side. So this piece is a white and blue piece. So now I will bring it over to the blue side with the blue center piece, and then you will do an algorithm. Since we can't just go and turn it all the way up like this, like the last one, we will have to do an algorithm. This algorithm is front side, top side, right side, and then the top side again. That will put it in the right position, and we'll flip it around so that it's in the correct spot with these pieces and these pieces as well. You will then have to do this for all of the pieces. So I find all these edge pieces, I put them in the bottom, bring them to the right side that they need to go and match up with, and then do the algorithm. You will have to keep doing this until you get the white cross on the top. So now, you should be able to get to this step after you've seen those two cases that you can get. The cube can be in any of these orders, where it can be where once you've brought the edge piece over to its correct centerpiece, you brought it over, you have to do the algorithm I showed you. So you do front side, top side to the right side, top side, and now you'll get it in the right spot. If you get any of those cases where it's all around jumbled up on a random side, all you have to do is pair it up with the correct centerpiece and then bring it right up, and it will be in the correct position. So now that we have the white cross completely finished, we want to solve the whole entire white side. But we also want to make sure that we don't break the pieces that we just originally put in the right spot. So in order to do this, we will have to do a couple of algorithms. This is where the algorithms come in handy. So we will find a piece. So if we have a piece like this, white, blue, and orange side, or any piece that you have, you want to bring it to the side that it correlates with the same colors. So I see white, blue, and orange. So what I want to do is bring it over to the side that colors correlate with it. So here it matches and has the blue, and it has the orange side. So we're able to go in and put it there. So in order to do that, you have to make sure which color is facing towards you. If the white is facing towards you, you will need to do this algorithm. And then it'll be slotted in the right position. Another case would be if the white is not facing towards you, and instead, when you bring it over to the correlating sides, is facing down. So what we do in this case is we bring the right side down, bring the bottom side over 2 times, we bring the right side up, and then we bring the bottom side over, bring the right side down, bring the bottom side over, and we bring this back up, and they're in the correct position. So now we have another case that if we bring our piece over to its correlating sides, the white piece is facing outwards towards the right side, and the side pieces that we want to put are facing down and are facing towards us. So if this case pops up, what we want to do is this algorithm. So we turn the front side, turn the right side, turn the front side, turn the right side back again, and then it will be all lined up in the correct spot. So let's say you have one of these corner pieces that has white on it, and it's not already on the bottom layer like we would have liked. What we'll have to do is bring the side down that has the white piece on it, and either take it out to the right or to the left. To make sure that we do not break anything, we will have to do it to the left for this case. For your case, it might be different. We will be taking the piece out by simply either doing right down and turning the bottom layer once, or doing right down and turning the bottom layer in the opposite direction. then we will have the piece that we want out. So simply we do the same thing that we did before, and we find what colors will match up with. So we find the corner, and now the corner has a green and red. So we have to find the correlating sides, so it would be green and red sides. So we find these sides and bring it over like this from the bottom layer and turn it only once. For you, your side might be over here and you might have to turn it twice. So for me, I had to turn it once. And now we do the algorithm we just learned, because this case we have white piece facing toward us and we have the colors facing down and to the right. So we're going to turn right, front, right down, front. You will keep doing these algorithms that you've just learned in the certain cases that you find in order to solve the top layer. And then you will have the whole entire top layer solved. The next step after you've solved the whole entire white side is solving the edge pieces on the second layer. We just recently solved the first layer of the cube, but now we need to solve the second layer. We're going to go in and solve every single one of these edge pieces and put them in the right spot. I will show you how to move the edge pieces into the right spot. Now we have the first case. We have to look around and we find an edge piece that we want to go in and slot into a side. So we find an edge piece that doesn't have any yellow on it and look for the side that it needs to go in. So for example, this orange and blue piece wants to go over to the orange and blue side. So simply, we turn the top layer until we get the edge piece to match up with the centerpiece on this side. So for my case, we would need to turn the top layer once, and it will be in the right orientation with the same color. For your case, you might have to turn it twice, or maybe even 3 times to get to the right spot. You will turn it until these colors are flush. So you want to bring this piece and slot it over here. So in order to do this, you have to do this algorithm. Because if you don't do an algorithm and just try to bring it over here, it will break all the pieces we just made and it will mess up what we just made. So we will be turning the top side and bringing the piece away, turning the right side up, and then bringing the top side over, bringing the right side down, and now we just connected these two pieces together. And then we turn the front side of the cube, and then we slot it in with this side, so now it's flush. And now we bring the right side down again, so you can bring this piece over like this, the front side. And then we bring the right side back up. And now these pieces are all aligned in the same spot, and it moved from here over to here. The second case you might get is where once you've brought the edge piece over to its correlating side, it doesn't go over to the right side, but it needs to go over to the left side. So instead of just bringing it over like this, we will have to do an algorithm to not break these pieces. So the algorithm for this one is just pretty much the same, but except making it move over to this side. So we will turn the top layer, we'll turn the left layer up, turn the top layer, turn the left layer down, turn the front side, bringing these pieces all connected, bringing left layer down, turning the front layer again, and bringing the left layer back up. That will put these in the right position. While you're doing this, you might stumble upon a case where you have a piece already slotted into the second layer, but it's in the wrong way, so it needs to be flipped over. In order to do this, we just slot in an extra piece into there, and then we put the piece in the right way. So we do the algorithm we just learned and slot it in by turning the right side, turning the top side, turning the right side down, turning the front side, and right side down again, turning the front side, turning the right side up. And now we have slotted any just random piece from the top in here. And now we can put the piece that we want in there in the right way. So we will bring it to the correlating side so that it matches up right here. And then we will move it to either this side, if that's your case, or to the other side. So to move it to this side, we will do this algorithm. And turn the top, turn the right down, turn the front side, turn the right down, turn the front side again, and bring the right up. And now it's correctly in the right position and is not flipped over. So now that you have the first two layers solved, you are going to go in and solve the yellow top layer. There are many cases that you may get, but right now we're trying to solve for the yellow cross. There are many cases that you might get, but what you're trying to solve for is this yellow cross. What you want to do is move these edge pieces around so that you get this yellow cross. We don't want to care about these corner pieces that are yellow just yet. What we're trying to do is get all the edges in the right place so that it makes a yellow cross. So the first case you may get is where you have the edge pieces so that they're creating a little V. So if you have the edge pieces that they're creating a little V, and what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that the edge pieces, one of them is facing to the left and the other one is facing forward. And you're going to do this algorithm. Front, up, right, up, opposite direction, right in the opposite direction, and in the front side, in the opposite direction. So you may encounter where you have just a dot here and all your edge pieces are facing in the wrong direction. So what you want to do is turn the front side, turn the up side, turn the right side, turn the up side in the opposite direction, turn the right side in that direction, and turn the front side. So the next combination you might get is this. So once you have this combination, you're going to go in and make sure that the line through it is facing this way and is orientated horizontally. It should not be vertically, it should be horizontally. Okay, so now the algorithm for it is front side, right side, up side, right side in opposite direction, up side in opposite direction, and front side in opposite direction. So now we have the cross. So now that we have the yellow cross, we could have multiple combinations to it. So I will show you each one and how to solve it. So some of these combinations could be very, very similar to each other. So you have to be very careful to look at the cube before you actually go and start solving it. So the first case, we have this where it kind of looks like a little fish and it's facing to the left. So now we have to look at all the corner pieces. So we have a corner piece facing towards us, one facing to the right, and one facing forward. In this exact combination, where we have all these pieces facing in these exact directions, you have to do this algorithm. R, U, R in the opposite direction, U, R, U2, R in the opposite direction. Now solve that. So now we have another one of those similar cases, except now we don't have a yellow piece facing towards us, one facing this way and one facing that way. Instead, we have a piece facing towards the right, a piece facing forward, and a piece facing to the left. So if we have this case, we're simply going to move the cube all the way over here like this. So now we have this piece facing towards us, this piece facing that way, and this piece facing forward. What we're going to do is pretty much the same algorithm, just on this side. So we're going to do L, U, L opposite direction, U, L opposite direction, U to L. And now we have the side solved. Okay, so now we have the top layer of the cube solved. So now you're going to look at your cube and see if you have any two corner pieces that are both of the same color, and then you're going to move them to in the right spot so they're lined up. In my case, we don't have any. So what we're going to do is this algorithm to get it so that we have two pieces together. What we have to do is that may have been a little bit of a long algorithm, but it makes it so that you have the pieces both in the right spot. So now if we have two pieces that are on the right side, we're going to move them until they're in the right spot. And then once they're in the right spot, we're going to go in and solve so these two pieces are also in the right spots. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and see these two pieces that are in the right spot. We're going to put them so they're facing the left side. And once they're facing the left side, we're going to do the same algorithm, but with this facing to the left side. Make sure it's facing the left side. So let's do it again. And now, all of the corner pieces are in the right spot. So now we're in the very last step of solving the cube. So we're going to look to see what edges need to be put in the right spot. So let's see. We have this edge piece that needs to go over here, and we have this edge piece that needs to go over here. So look at the cube, it's like this. So what we're going to do is this algorithm. And now if we get to this state, all you have to do is just move the cube over and do it again. Depending on which case you have, you may have to do it once, twice, or even 3 times. But eventually, you will get here, and you will finally solve the Rubik's Cube. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.